Introducing first.
Welcome to the Nosebleed Seats. I am the Mega Conservative Crime Fighter. We are in Jerseyville, Illinois for an outdoor event in this wet and raining weather.
He is coming from the deep south. He is Jackal.
To the ring first. Singles action.
Hey bro, take it easy.
There's Jackal, a former Gateway Championship Wrestling light heavyweight champion. Really?
Good job, guys.
Really? Jackal not making too many friends here at the evening for Tess benefit. Scott Wolf, your referee, and
one more time, let's give it up for Jackal that just fell. Hey man, I just see what I saw, sir. Hey man, I don't need that. I just see what I saw, sir. And introducing Jackal's opponent, he is coming from Laredo, Texas. He is Ruben.
and his opponent, Ruben Steele, kind of a newcomer to this neck of the woods. Going to be looking at talent that normally is not wrestling in this area, or we haven't seen much of late. Ruben Steele comes to us from Texas Heat Wrestling, from, oddly enough, the state of Texas. And the ring mat is wet. Just as they got the ring here, it started to sprinkle, and intend to get all the matches in, even though it's threatening to rain.
Listen here, Jackal. How about you get up here right now? It's like a beat your butt. Come on. You want to see him kick him? Come on. Get in, little man.
Shut up.
So here we go, slip and slide wrestling here today in Jerseyville.
Slip and slide, slip and slide, slip and slide. Ring the bell.
All right, here we go. Calling an elbow tie-up. Jackal and Ruben Steele into the corner. And clean break. Jackal we haven't seen too much of lately. Nowadays you'll see him wrestle for Heartland Championship Wrestling down in deep southern Illinois. Or you might see him at Dynamo Pro Wrestling, which will be holding its next event on July 12th in Glen Carbon, Illinois, as Jackal slaps Ruben Steele and runs away and kicks the rope into the groin and sends Ruben Steele for the ride. Dynamo will be running July the 12th at the Sports Academy in Glen Carbon, Illinois. We have the rundown of all the weekend events after this match. Snapmare from Jackal. Jackal off the ropes and a drop kick. And a cover. 1, 2 count. A couple of big events coming this weekend. Chaos Pro Wrestling makes its debut in Centralia, Illinois on the 13th. And Dreamwave Wrestling returns to LaSalle, Peru. The Summer Spectacular, also on July 13th in LaSalle. Right to the ice to Ruben Steele. Ruben Steele, heavy metal. Actually made an appearance for the IWA Mid-South Comeback Show that was held the previous day to this event in Clarksville, Indiana. His debut there. Ruben Steele regularly wrestles for Texas Heat Wrestling down in, well, the state of Texas. A good influx of Texan talent of late. Joey Martinez, who is ring-announcing this event, is another talent from down south. As Jackal pounds away on Ruben Steele. And Jackal rubbing his face in the wet canvas. Just outside the American Legion Hall. We're at the Evening for Tess 3. Ruben Steele trying to get ahead of steam, but can't seem to get some traction on this wet canvas. And there's a backcracker through the ropes by Jackal. The cover, 1. Well, barely a 2 count for the former GCW light heavyweight champion. I believe he has a title down at HCW right now. Either the Illinois title or the light heavyweight title.
Whoa!
Ruben Steele tried to put on the brakes as he kind of just skidded into the ropes. Managed to get a clothesline. Charges out. Tries to. Key to running on this mat, if your footwear is perfectly flat and smooth, doesn't have any, let's say, type of rubber sole where there's like ridges in it, where it grip the canvas, you're going to be sliding. Oh, first that armbar with the roll-up, only a 2 count.
Come on, Ruben, do it for Tess.
And Ruben Steele tried to go for a Russian leg sweep. Blocked. DDT from Jackal.
Goodbye.
Nicely done. 1, 2. Oh, 2 count. 2. Jackal was quite the high flyer, and you know what? I'd like to, maybe some Central Illinois promotions would like to bring Jackal up to this area to wrestle some of the cruiserweight talent, or light heavyweight talent that Central Illinois has to offer. And another leg sweep and a cover, hooks the leg, and that's it. And Jackal, a little stunned, but he is victorious. Ruben Steele at 5 minutes flat, and neither man can walk on their own 2 feet. Man, what a slick surface. And they tried to hit each other, and they just hit the mat. Ruben Steele victorious in his visit to Central Illinois here on Nosebleed Seats, the Evening for Tess 3.
Just so you know, this man is 30 years young today. Let's give it up for Laredo Zone, Laredo, Texas Zone. He came all the way from South Texas for Tess Drainer.
Well, happy birthday.
Ruben Steele.
We will be right back. Here's the schedule. Match number 2 here on the NBS. Here in the wet Jerseyville, Illinois day. And thankfully, the area where the fans are watching the show, there is a shelter. So we, the fans, watching this event are out of the elements, although it is pretty windy. 20-mile-per-hour winds, and I've had to hold this camera down to make sure the tripod with the camera did not topple.
Once again, let's give it up for referee Wolf right here, being the ref all night long.
So introducing first opponent or contestant in the match, Ivan Stroganov. Man that we have not seen a whole lot of either. Been obscure talent.
And his opponent.
And Ivan Stroganov going to have himself a tough test here. Ivan Stroganov. Ivan Stroganov gonna face the big man, Alexander Rudolph. Pretty much only 2 years into the business. Wait.
It's Alexander Rudolph.
You shut up!
Oh, come
Did you
on.
tell me what my name is?
We know your name.
You little boy. Why don't you have a beard? You didn't hear the song? No beard, no good. You don't have a beard either. None of you have beards. It's unacceptable.
He's got a beard.
You cannot watch my match without a beard. Leave. I will not wrestle in front of beardless people. You, out. You, out. You. That's not a beard. Out. 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 All of you out. I will not wrestle.
You want us out? You give us back for $10.
You're lucky you have a beard. Otherwise, I would not touch you.
Hey, look up the leg water.
My leg's very toasty. Thank you.
It's summertime. You don't need them.
Let's give it a one time for George Rudolph.
You don't even know his name.
Let's give it up one more time for George Rudolph.
Just you in general.
Whatever.
Rudolph sucks! Rudolph sucks!
I don't know what Chewy Martinez. Must not know this guy's name very well.
Check him
He is very well known to us here at the NBS and around the Central Illinois, St. Louis region. Alexander Rudolph. Only a couple years in the business and very early 20s. He's going to be taking on Ivan Stroganov. Ever since Full Throttle Wrestling closed down, Ivan Stroganov, the only place we've been able to see him compete is for Heartland Championship Wrestling down in deep southern Illinois. Either in Anna or Gondola, Karnak, Illinois. And Stroganov pulling the chest hair of one, Alexander Rudolph. Don't know why Stroganov is not brought into more shows in the area. So this is a rare look at the Russian big man. Do not know his manager. I think they called him Twisted. Now he's in the face of Alexander Rudolph as Ivan comes back into the ring. wants to test his strength with Ivan. He's got, oh, a slap to the face. Another slap of disrespect. Fool me once, shame on me, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And you're not going to fool me a third time as Rudolph gets a slap from Ivan.
Chewbacca! Chewbacca! Chewbacca!
Well, they're going to have a test of strength for real this time.
Chewbacca! Chewbacca!
Of course, this mat is still pretty wet. Oh, he's biting him on the face! Rudolph with a bite on the face of Ivan Stroganov.
Camel!
Well, Stroganoff's a dish. Rudolph using the dirty tactics on Stroganov. 2 weeks from now, TNA Wrestling comes to Danville, Illinois at the Davis S. Palmer Arena. Far Eastern Illinois getting a rare treat. Usually we'd see UWC out that way, but Danville's going to get their own wrestling event. First time since New Breed Wrestling Alliance ran there. Proving Ground Pro coming to Springfield, Illinois on July the 20th. Took me by surprise. Coming to the Goals Indoor Sports Arena. One of the first places I was looking for in the desperate hunt for a venue for New Midwest Wrestling, but three promotions running in that town. Pinfall Wrestling Association is going to be rescheduling its high voltage event sometime in the next, either the last weekend of July or the first weekend of August, as Alexander Rudolph with a lariat on Ivan. And Rudolph gonna climb the ropes here. Normally don't see Rudolph fly, and Ivan gonna slam him off the top. And Ivan gets ahead of steam and gets a clothesline on Rudolph. Looks like his boots have more traction than the wrestlers in the previous match. And Ivan, repeated clotheslines in the corner. 5 in a row, practically. And Ivan, forward Russian leg sweep, cover, 1, 2, 3, wow, got him! Bit of an upset here. Ivan Stroganov defeats Alexander Rudolph. 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Didn't expect this outcome, but maybe we'll see more of Ivan Stroganov. Promoter's looking for a big man. There he is. You might want to consider him. Alexander Rudolph just flopping into the laps of the kids. Good grief. Apparently, Rudolph is woozy after taking that forward Russian into the mat. Well, we'll see him again another day. Prominent talent. Now he gets it right. We're going to take a quick break. Catch the Nosebleed Seats TV on demand anytime. Just go to stlwc.lip.tv. Select your episode, watch, and enjoy the show. the NBS TV on stlwc.blip.tv.
Ladies and gentlemen, this following contest is scheduled for one fall and at a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Let's take a look at a couple of other new talent, or newcomers to this area. Well, maybe one of
He
them.
is from the Italian Society. Jake Capone.
Jake Capone. Well, this is one of his personas. He wrestles for Pro Wrestling Collision as Justice. Pro Wrestling Collision, I don't know what is going on down there. You know, after all the desperation to, I guess, break away from All-American Pro Wrestling, the promoters, Chris Hagstrom sells the company off to a complete unknown in Jay Beauregard. Jay Wellington Beauregard. Jay Wellington Beauregard appears to be a complete newbie in the professional wrestling business, serving as an intern for Gaylord Stevens. But now he's the owner of Pro Wrestling Collision, and Pro Wrestling Collision has a completely uncertain future, and somewhere Sean Chambers is smiling, and the PWC crowd is probably not happy to hear me say that, but it's true. Just to wonder if Pro Wrestling Collision will, how Pro Wrestling Collision will fare in the future. And Kenny Ray, this wrestler, you might want to invest in some professional ring gear. Yes, you got the boots, and you got the elbow pads, but t-shirt and the jorts, you might want to trade that in for some other type of gear. Otherwise, you might be featured on Trash Bag Wrestling.
One more time. Check him again, ref. Check Mr.
Jake
Capone one more time.
I don't know why he's wearing a t-shirt over top his gear. He's got
check
full
more
gear.
than once.
Whatever.
It's America.
Regardless, Kenny Ray, if you don't know where he came from, he wrestles for Strictly Insane Pro Wrestling at Carmine, though he has not wrestled for them for very long. Jake Capone has been at it for a few years, though is not as skilled as other combatants. And Jake Capone going to work on Kenny Ray in the corner. There's a chop from Jake Capone. He's gonna pull the shirt up. Well, maybe that's why he's wearing the t-shirt over his torso. Is not looking very athletic, and there's a snap suplex from Jake Capone. Be sure to check out the wrestling events happening this weekend, whether it's in Centralia for Chaos Pro or Dreamwave in Sal or MMWA in St. Louis, or Dynamo Pro Wrestling in Glen Carbon, as Capone's on the outside and Kenny Ray gonna follow him, but Capone was waiting for him and bounces his head into the mat and whip into the steel post, and Capone head first.
Get in the ring before you get counted out. 8.
Well, that was enough to break the count, although he didn't get under the bottom rope.
I want to scoot back, guys.
Jake Capone been having his problems with one Mikey McFittigan down in Southern Illinois. And the wet mat comes into play again as he tried to deliver a stomp and slipped. That is still pretty slick, and the rain has been light rain throughout all three of these contests here on the evening for test. Brought to you tonight here on Access 4 and TV 6 by the nosebleed seats. Rain waiting. The show started like an hour and a half late due to the rain truck having issue on the way to Jerseyville. Blown out tire. They had to replace the tire. Right back on the road. Managed to get the ring here just before 7 o'clock. Get the ring set up just as the skies opened up. Trying to get in the entire card before the heavy rain gets here. And Kenny Ray taking over on Jake Capone. Very impressive shots. Well, that will do some damage. Nearly 300 pounds of Kenny Ray, and the referee gets sandwiched in between these two big men. And Jake Capone going to the outside as Scott Wolf is down and out. And Jake Capone gets a chair, takes it from a woman in the front row. Jake Capone and Kenny Ray in some, I guess, incredible luck, slips on the mat as Jake Capone was swinging that chair, bounces it on the top rope and hits himself in the head, and there's a cover of 1, 2, 3.
And your winner of this contest,
Kenny Ray wins in 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Maybe we'll see more of him if he gets some professional gear. Take my advice and do get some. If you want to be taken seriously by the other promotions in the area.
let's give it one more time for Kenny Ray.
But anyway, next week we're going to have more from this event, the evening for Test 3. I have more combatants. Excellent singles match between Kevin Douglas and a wrestler from California, Sheik Khan. And we're going to see the Hooligans take on Chuy Martinez and the Manimal. That's next week here on the Nosebleed Seats TV. Until next time, I am the man considered a crime fighter. Thanks for tuning in for this edition of the NBS. Be sure to follow us, CentralIllinoisProWrestling.com or STLWrestling.livejournal.com. See you later.